Um, Also, I wanted to address another question, which was that I want to ask you about who all people actually use co-working spaces. I know for a fact that it is the freelancers who do that. I know for a fact that it is the student crowd who actually want to start out some ventures. So they are the second category of people. I know for a fact that these are big companies who want to expand to newer locations. So they do not, initially go out and buy real estate. They try out using cafeterias and co-working spaces and all. So I know about these three segments. Do you know about any more, like apart from these three, are there any other kind of people who actually use co-working spaces?
Yeah. Okay. So, of course, co-working started, to address the quintessential startup era that started in India.
Yeah.
Like, pay by you use or plug and play services, and all of it made the co-working start as it started. But, in the years, I guess 2013 is where India actually started, bringing up co-working space in their truest sense. So, but, if you look at the percentage and the graph pie chart, least number of freelancers and remote workers use co-working space. A majority chunk of co-working spaces are actually occupied by corporates.
Okay.
So of course it is appealing by the nature of it. It is something that appeals to the creative professionals. But when it comes to use it, so there are a lot of corporates and small medium industries companies there. The reason is that not all co-working spaces are equipped or have a chunk of their space which can actually cater to the needs of freelancers or creative professionals.
Yeah.
Of course you have a vibe created, but if a cost of a desk is going to be something 50% of what the freelancer is earning,
Yeah.
they will never come and buy it.
Hmm.
So correct. So more and more spaces now coming up with smaller hot desks. So
Yeah.
we have here, so I'll take this opportunity to say how we have done this. So we have three sections in our co-working space. One are private cabins, which can be taken up by companies or managerial positions or corporates who would actually want their own privacy, when they talk, when they discuss big numbers. Okay, so
Yeah.
that is suitable to them. So this
Yeah.
can be useful for them. Then we have dedicated desk. Now, a dedicated desk is like a proper workstation. It's like a 4 feet table with a soft board, a drawer, a filing cabinet, and a locker. So that would be for someone who would not want a cabin, who is
Yeah.
okay in working outside, but they would pay for that kind of a setup, a serious setup.
Something
So
like
whatever the
that's
price
something
of
that.
that, so yeah, that something like
Yeah.
that. Who would want to seriously do it? So that option would be feasible for someone who is not looking for a cabin. But the third option that we have is of a smaller cafe-like desk,
Yeah.
okay, which you can just pull up. It's by the window,
Yeah.
and you have a colorful chair. So that setup we've made it available for anybody who wants to come and use it for an hour, maybe, or a week,
Yeah.
that way. And the pricing of that is quite similar to how you would have them in cafeterias.
Understood.
The only difference that is there, here you'll get a professional environment, you get good Wi-Fi, you can always use the meeting room to meet with your client for whom you're working. So
Yeah.
whenever they enter such a space, they would always feel, okay, my the one who I've given work to, works seriously or works in a professional environment, is giving me too much importance by calling me somewhere here rather than some cafeteria. So all
Yeah.
of that can matter too much to someone who's going to occupy a hot desk.
Yeah.
So more and more co-working spaces should come up with such spaces. Then the chart will have a bigger pie of freelancers and creative professionals.